Hello, my name is Samantha and this is Daniel. I'm going to be conducting the heart assessment. First, we're going to be starting out with inspection. I'm going to be looking for lifts, which is an outward movement of the sternal and parasternal area, which I do not see. Next, I'm going to be looking for heaves, which is an outward movement of the chest wall. Okay. I didn't see any prolonged duration or increased amplitude. The chest has normal retractions, which are an inward movement, and they also have normal thrust, which is an outward chest movement. I do not see any increased amplitude in the chest retractions and thrust. Looking at the skin, I do not see any skin lesions, any discoloration. There's no cyanosis. I don't see any venous vein distension in the chest area, so that's all normal. Next, I'm going to start by palpation. I'm going to be doing the palpation part of the assessment. I'm going to be palpating the pericardium over the apex. Okay. Then I'm going to do the left sternal border. Okay, thank you. And then lastly, I'm going to be doing the base. Now I'm going to palpate his apical pulse. Okay, his pulse is 82. Then I'm going to palpate his apical pulse and feel for his carotid artery. And they are in sync, so that is a normal finding. Also, while I was feeling his chest, I did not feel any of the lifts, the thrust, any pulsations, heaves, or thrills. Okay. Next, I'm going to be checking his capillary refill on his fingers and toes. Go ahead, please. Also checking for cyanosis, which I do not see any. Let me check the toe. Okay. And his capillary refill is less than 3 seconds, so that is normal. Alright, Mr. King, next I'm going to be listening to your heart sounds. Actually, first I'm going to, I did the percussion part. Now I'm going to, I did the palpation. Now I'm going to percuss. So I'm going to start first with the left anterior axillary line, moving medial along the intercostal spaces towards the sternal border. Okay. Let me grab my pen real quick. And mark my border. Next, I'm going to percuss changes from renaissance to dullness. And I'm going to mark my border. And these points can visually mark the cardiac border. And then last, I'm going to measure and record the distance from these points to the mid-sternal line at each intercostal space. Okay. And the right cardiac border matches the right sternal border. So that's within normal limits. Okay. Next, we're going to also take a lung sound, so I'm going to listen to your lung sounds, Mr. King. First, I'm going to start by listening to the aortic valve, then I'm going to move to the pulmonic valve, the tricuspid valve, and the mitral valve. And I'm also going to listen for Erb's peak. Alright, so first I'm going to go with the aortic. S1 and S2 are noted. And I'm listening at the second right intercostal space at the right sternal border. Alright. Second, I'm going to listen to the pulmonic valve at the second left intercostal space at the left sternal border. Okay, and that also has an S1, S2, no murmur. The tricuspid valve is next, and that's going to be at the fourth intercostal space at the left lower sternal border. Sorry. I do hear S1, S2, and it is regular. Okay. Then I'm going to listen for the mitral valve, which is at the fifth left intercostal space at the mid-vascular level. Sorry. S1, S2, and it is regular. Lastly, I'm going to listen to Erb's point, which is located right below the pulmonic valve, and that's right below between the second and third intercostal space. And there is an S1, S2. For Mr. King, actually the point of maximum intensity that I heard with him was at the pulmonic valve. Alright, Mr. King, now I want to listen to your lung sound. And he was slightly leaned forward as I was listening to him as he was sitting up. Now I'm going to listen to, not his lung sound, his heart sound as he lays supine. So Mr. King, I need you to lay on your back, please. And I'm going to be listening for the same areas. Okay. No murmurs heard, S1, S2, and it was rhythmic. So Mr. King, the last position I want you to sit in, or I want you to lie on your left side. And go ahead and bend your knee. And I'm going to listen to your heart. Okay. You want to go ahead and put your arm up under your head? And thank you. Perfect. Okay. And S1, S2 was also heard.